think she has it. I mean, we know if you don't show up, i.e. Mary Cosby and Lisa Vanderpump, then you're done. So if she wanted to be done, she would have just lied about COVID and never would have showed up. Now she shows up via Zoom, we're hearing. So to me, she probably does have COVID, or maybe she's lying about COVID, but she still wants to be half in or half out on the show because she does appear.
I mean, here's the thing about Bravo. It's like, we were trying to figure out what was going to happen with Roni, and we had so many theories, and now there's going to be 2 Ronis allegedly, although I'm still wondering if the OG show will ever see the light of day. Let's not, whatever we think is going to happen with casting, Bravo, I guarantee you, has some bigger plan that we're all going to say like, wow. But I still do, I don't even want to talk about it because it's like, I'm going to be wrong, but I still think this could be the end for Rinna. I think I heard that we learn, rumors going around that Rinna threw Garcelle's book in the garbage and not Erica. Does anyone even care? Do you want to talk about the whole cover up now? Because the other powerful person, I feel so I just do think that Bravo's probably scared of Diana with all these lawsuits. But also, before we get there, good for Diana. It's like you sat around, people said all this shit about you, and you're tired of it. Like, I don't
Why do you think so? She hasn't sued Bravo. So why do you, and the production companies are not Bravo. Bravo's NBC, as you already know this. And then they kind of subcontract production companies like Sharp and Georgia Entertainment or whatever. They're the ones that actually produce the show. They're the
Evolution.
They have a showrunner, they bring the camera crews, they do the lighting, they do the sound. So, and then they produce the content for Bravo, who pays them, right? So Jenkins hasn't sued any of the production companies. She hasn't sued Bravo. Why do you think that they're nervous? Any lawsuit makes them nervous?
I think anybody in any power makes them nervous. I mean, they want to look, it's no shade. They want to use you, abuse you, and spit you the fuck out and slam the door so that your dress gets caught, your reunion dress gets caught in the door, and you rip the back of it as you're trying to get away. I mean, when they're done, honey, the door slammed. Vicky Gunvalson, the door slammed. Dorinda Medley, and I'm not even talking about although Dorinda will be back for, it's like, look what they did with Dorinda, like setting her up in that season and anger, and then it's like, I just feel like when they're done with you, I mean, that's why I think Rinna is possible. So I just think I think the fact that Diana's coming out and suing and trying to get to the bottom of things, it's whether
they don't like that. Yeah.
It just makes you realize, like, this woman, you could hate her all you want. She really just could spend money like water.
No, you're right. It's too much of a liability. They do want people with no options.
Yeah. They want to keep you down. And, you could, of course, the Beverly Hills Housewives are richer than all the other franchises, but now we get into Kathy Hilton. And listen, like Kathy, I mean, I know people that like Kathy's, it's like the old blood of Hollywood. Like, they look out for their own. Now, all I know is, I mean, look, by the time everyone hears this next week, I don't know, but I mean, we've heard all season that Kathy uses these words. And now,
where are they, Miss DeYoung? We're 2 episodes into Aspen. Where are they?
Well, here's the other thing. I had from a reliable source that the day that they blacked out, remember they blacked out the episode when they didn't show Beverly Hills? Like 3 weeks ago, they didn't show an episode. It was like right when they were doing a Dubai marathon, but it was the same week that the stuff happened with Garcelle's son. And look, what do I know? But I heard from a pretty reliable source that they were, which they've done this with Roni. They did this with Roni last season. This is what made me say, is Beverly Hills the new Roni, that they were scrambling to re-edit future episodes. That takes a minute. You have to buy yourself a week. And so that's why they didn't air it. And they were re-editing some things. Now, I also think, I've said this on Patreon with Kim, I also think that, like, the reason they showed Garcelle's Sutton's assistant. I mean, she doesn't have like a family, like a husband, but like this assistant of Sutton's was her like storyline. He's there. That assistant was in this a lot. I think the whole reason they showed so much of him is because this alleged F word was against him, allegedly. So it's like to put a face with what was about to happen. I think you can't say we never intended to show it, because I think that's the whole reason they showed this guy, right? Like you didn't need to show him. You could have shown, I don't know. I thought he was in it a lot, right?
Okay. So we are certain.
I mean, that's just my theory,
course,
that's why they showed him, because then Kathy said this and it was against him. So let's put a face. And now I'm not certain of anything, but I was told that was blacked out because they were editing. And where is this thing against Kathy? And I mean, if that happens, I mean, then they didn't just decide to do that. Somehow they're afraid of Kathy Hilton. Because if we never see it, right? I don't even know if that's the case. So I guess I am a conspiracy theorist, because I'm down this rabbit hole now.
Okay, wait a minute. Pause, right? Because there was always this talk going into this season that Aspen trip, there was going to be explosive Aspen trip. I kind of thought the explosive Aspen trip was Erica. And now I'm beginning to think, because Sutton early on came out. And
no, it was definitely Kathy too. It was Erica, but it was definitely Kathy. This happens on the Aspen trip, this alleged thing.
But I'm saying, didn't people come forward, meaning Sutton, did Garcelle or not Garcelle, didn't they come forward and say Kathy never said that word, that it was just a rumor that got going, that it never happened? So, yeah, I mean, couldn't it have really not happened, which is why we're not seeing anything?
Yeah. Yes, 100%, except Kyle, I have to find where she said this. Kyle, there's some interview or something which went around where Kyle said, I'm nervous about this season. I'm nervous about the reunion because of Kathy. So that doesn't really. And, Rinna has, the day of the reunion taping, Rinna said, it's time, guys. It's time. I sat by, and the truth I will not sit. This is the season of nobody just wanting to sit. And she's like, I'm bringing the receipts. And now Rinna and by the way, when people show things, I don't even believe that. I don't know. But like, she's showing all those texts where it says like, Kathy's like,
please don't.
Yeah, we're going to
don't say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to keep this quiet and all that. So, I mean, all right, that doesn't prove anything, but it kind of ties into, so look, if that's the case, yes, they've all said it wasn't said 100%, but could that just be, I mean, I don't know how Sutton would rectify that if it really happened with her assistant, who, let's face it, that's not just an employee. I mean, they're friends. He's in all her Instagram videos. They're doing karaoke together. Like that's her buddy from the South that she